Hello everyone. You're watching WN Free Channel. So, let's get started with today's novel. Fang Jueyu. After our argument that day, I got drunk in the school park. A friend took me home and cared for me all night. Nothing inappropriate happened, but his care touched me. He pursued me afterward, and yesterday we got together. So now, I have a boyfriend again. Don't come looking for me anymore. He stared at the text in disbelief. Over such a trivial argument, his girlfriend of 2 years had already found someone new. That's your explanation, Fang Jueyu sneered bitterly. For the first time, he felt his intelligence trampled by a woman. How could anyone believe such an excuse? Fang Jueyu and Zhang Yuan, both juniors at Zheng University, had been the campus's golden couple since they met at a school event. Recently, they'd fought because they couldn't get tickets to Su Lun's concert, a top-tier singer whose shows sold out instantly. Zhang Yuan's temper flared, and although Fang Jueyu always indulged her, this time he walked away angry. The next day, she texted to break up. He thought it was another tantrum and tried to coax her, but she refused to meet him. Less than a week later, that heartless message arrived. "Guys, come out and drink with me," he called. Alcohol wasn't good, but it numbed pain. Luckily, he still had a few close friends around before the holidays. They hit the nearest bar, ordered rounds of drinks, and let the liquor loosen their tongues until every bottled-up emotion spilled out. "Fang Jueyu, you rascal, you've got the magnetic pull of a scum girl curse," joked Fujin, a slightly chubby guy, pointing at him. Fujin had been Fang Jueyu's classmate since high school, and had witnessed nearly all his failed romances. Was of average height, with above-average looks. His family was comfortable, and he'd learned both violin and piano from a young age. By all logic, he shouldn't have struggled with love, but somehow his taste in girls always led him astray. His first crush in high school lasted only 2 days before the girl dumped him, saying it might hurt her grades. Ironically, Fang Jueyu later got into a top university, while she ended up at an average one. That 2-day breakup became a running joke, with his desk mate Jiang Yi teasing him for years. "Don't worry, Fang Jueyu, next time she'll dump you in a day or maybe 3. And strangely enough, that curse followed him. One girlfriend went back to her ex the next day. Another said he was too nice, and thus boring. Fang Jueyu often wondered if he'd wronged women in a past life to deserve such bizarre luck. When he met Zhang Yuan, he thought he'd finally found the one. For 2 years, he treated her like a queen, earning envy from her roommates. But now, it all felt like a cruel joke. His heart shattered, and he imagined a glowing green hat on his head, mocking his trust. "Old Fang, there's something I think I should tell you," said his roommate, Ding Mingguai, after a pause. "Go ahead," Fang Jueyu muttered, taking a long swig of beer. "The guy, Zhang Yuan's, with I know him. His name's Wang Xizhi. He's a rich kid. His dad's a senior official at Gogh Ticketing Network," Ding Mingguai said hesitantly. "I saw them having dinner 2 weeks ago, but didn't dare tell you." Gogh Ticketing. Fang Jueyu suddenly laughed bitterly. "Huh. So, that's how it is." Gogh Ticketing was the country's largest platform, handling over 80% of all concert tickets. As the son of a senior executive there, getting Su Lun concert tickets would have been nothing for Wang Xizhi. The realization hit hard. His breakup wasn't about love, but convenience. Whether it was just for concert tickets or to cozy up to that rich guy. He'd lost all interest in knowing more. "Come on, Jueyu, don't be too upset over a girl like that," said Cheng Kai, trying to cheer him up. "With your looks and talent, finding a better one will be easy. There are still plenty of single beauties on the campus flower list. Want me to hook you up? ... They drank until midnight. Stumbling back to his dorm, Fang Jueyu collapsed on his bed, hoping sleep could wash away the pain. The next morning, his phone rang loudly. Without opening his eyes, he answered groggily. "Hello? Who's this?" "I'm your mother," came the sharp voice on the other end. "You little brat. When are you coming home?" The neighbor's kid from Yanjing University is already back, and you're not even that far away. Don't tell me you're planning to stay there forever. I'll come back this afternoon, Fang Jueyu said quickly. In his mind, he pictured his mother, Cao Lan, elegant woman who didn't look 40 or 50 at all. Her beauty was timeless, though her fiery temper could easily make grown men tremble. His father, Fang Huai, was the same, handsome and youthful, as if age had never touched him. Strangely enough, neither of them ever used skincare products. His mom's dressing table had only a few lipsticks and nothing else. All right, come home soon, Cao Lan said. Your dad and I have something to tell you tonight. Before he could reply, the line went dead. From school to home was only an hour by train and a short taxi ride. Usually, Fang Jueyu would nap through it, but this time his mind kept spinning. That morning, his mother, Cao Lan, had sounded unusually serious. Had something happened? It didn't seem likely. He had no relatives besides his parents, and his grandparents were long gone. What puzzled him most was their family's finances. His parents never worked, yet money was never a problem. He had no idea where it all came from. Maybe this time, his mother finally planned to tell him the truth. Son, over here. As he stepped out of the station, Fang Jueyu saw his father waving. Despite being his dad, Fang Huai looked so young that people could easily mistake them for brothers. Not only was Fang Huai young, he was taller and more handsome than Fang Jueyu sometimes. Fang Jueyu even wondered if his parents were immortal or something, but of course, he had no proof. Dad, wait, did you buy a car? Fang Jueyu asked in surprise when he saw the Porsche Cayenne parked nearby. He wasn't an expert, but a car like that had to cost over $1 million. Since when could his family afford that? What's the big deal? It's just a small, lousy car, Fang Huai said casually, lifting Fang Jueyu's heavy luggage with one hand and tossing it into the trunk. Get in. Fang Jueyu stood there, stunned. A Porsche called a lousy car. None of this felt real. They lived in an ordinary neighborhood, with a house no more than 80 or 90 square meters, as ordinary as it could be. But he suddenly felt that his family was far from being as simple as he had imagined. Upon returning home, the rich aroma of the dishes made Fang Jueyu's taste buds blossom. Cao Lan had already prepared dinner for their return. Wife, your cooking has improved. Fang Huai grinned and kissed Cao Lan. The old couple was still so lovey-dovey every day, making Fang Jueyu roll his white eyes in response to the earlier shock. But Cao Lan's cooking was indeed great. Fang Jueyu devoured it. Compared to this, the popular meals in the school cafeteria were nothing more than pig slop. Eat more. This might be the last time your parents eat with you. Cao Lan suddenly gazed at Fang Jueyu with reluctant eyes. The last time. Fang Jueyu was stunned, putting down his chopsticks. What does that mean? Well, Fang Huai cleared his throat. Son, you are 20 years old, and there are some things we ought to tell you. Let's go to the study. Cao Lan and Fang Huai both headed to the study, and Fang Jueyu followed with a face full of curiosity. The study was as neat as ever, but the only difference was a delicate little box on the table. Son, there are things we've kept from you for a long time, but we want you to grow up like a normal child. So much has not been told to you, Fang Huai said, but we're planning to leave here, so before we go, you should know these things. Are you going to tell me you guys are some kind of monsters? Fang Jueyu blurted out. What nonsense, you brat. Fang Huai slapped Fang Jueyu on the head. Your grandfather's news recently disappeared. Your mom and I plan to go to the last place he was seen. We're leaving first thing tomorrow morning. My grandfather. Fang Jueyu was stunned. Wasn't he already dead? Slap. Another slap landed on his head. Who told you your grandfather was dead? He's just not on Earth anymore. We've kept in touch, but recently we can't sense any news from him. So your mom and I are worried and plan to find him. Wah. What? Not on Earth. Fang Jueyu felt his head go a bit fuzzy, wondering if his parents were on drugs and talking nonsense. It might not be easy for you to accept. Cao Lan thought for a moment. Let me put it like this. Your dad and I, along with your grandparents, are not ordinary people. How extraordinary? Fang Jueyu asked, half curious, half amused. Fang Jueyu looked him in the eye. We live for 1,000 years, barely age, and possess powers beyond imagination. Ha ha ha, Dad, Mom. Come on, you two must have watched too many sci-fi movies. Fang Jueyu chuckled. It's not April Fool's Day today. Oh, silly child. Cao Lan sighed, shaking her head. No wonder. When your grandfather told your father the same thing, he nearly peed his pants. Shut up. Give me some face in front of the kid. Fang Jueyu muttered, then opened a small box, revealing a syringe filled with a mysterious, flowing liquid. This is our family heirloom, passed down for thousands of years. Once you inject it, you'll understand everything. Cao Lan added gently, and if you miss us, upgrade your privileges. There'll be a way to contact us. Oh, and don't worry about money. We've already transferred all our family assets into your name. You'll know everything in time. Assets. Fang Jueyu grinned. By the way, Dad, that car earlier, was it a rental? Get lost. Fang Jueyu smacked his head again. I put some money on this card. Spend it however you like. Our family's wealth can't be used up. Fang Jueyu took the sleek black card. Its material oddly heavy and luxurious. With this, you'll have VIP access in almost any major mall, Fang Jueyu said with a sly smile. If you don't believe me, check the balance. It's already linked to your phone. Curious. Fang Jueyu entered the card number on his computer. A few seconds later, a text message arrived followed by a dizzying string of zeros. 8 zeros, 100 million, he gasped, eyes wide. This can't be real. Dad, Mom, just how rich are we? Fang Jueyu and Cao Lan exchanged helpless looks. We're not really sure, Cao Lan admitted. We have shares in too many companies. Actually, even the developer of this neighborhood is part of our family's group. Honestly, there's probably no one in the world richer than us. There can't possibly be anyone richer than us in this world, right? The words exploded in Fang Jueyu's mind like a bomb, leaving him stunned. It reminded him of a quote he'd once seen online from a wealthy heir. I've never cared if my friends have money or not. There's no way they're richer than me anyway. But compared to what his parents had just said, that line felt trivial. He was even more shocked to learn that the entire neighborhood's developer was there. Family's company, and he'd never known. If all this was true, then his dad showing up in a Porsche Cayenne was practically understating their wealth. And that black card in his hand, the amount on it was more than most people could spend in a lifetime. Fang Jueyu's tone shifted deep and calm. Now that you're grown, you should understand there are things you can say and things you can't. Until you reach a level where the rules of this world no longer bind you, stay cautious. One day, you'll grow tired of this ordinary life. Cao Lan chuckled softly, and when you do, come find us. Don't forget to bring your wife to Pecha. We're heading out to look for your grandfather. Until then, take care of yourself and reach the required level soon. When you do, even flying into space to meet us will be easy. Fly out into space. Level, Fang Jueyu repeated blankly, confusion filling his eyes. Before he could ask more, Fang Jueyu suddenly pressed the syringe against his arm. A sharp sting like a mosquito bite made him flinch. His vision blurred, and a wave of dizziness swept over him before he drifted into unconsciousness. Honey, will you miss him? Fang Jueyu murmured, laying Fang Jueyu gently on the bed and pulling a blanket over him. Cao Lan's eyes softened. How could I not? He's our son. But we have no choice. Things are even worse for Mom and Dad. Still, with that thing inside him, Jueyu will be fine. We'll be able to contact him in 2 or 3 years at most. I'm glad you think so, Fang Jueyu said quietly, wiping her tears away. Shall we go? Yes. The couple stepped onto the balcony. A radiant golden glow burst from their bodies, pure and divine, lighting up the night sky. Zoom. 2 streaks of golden light shot upward, piercing through the darkness, then vanished into the vast, endless sky. Meanwhile, Fang Jueyu drifted in a strange, dreamlike realm filled with endless streams of glowing data. Numbers and symbols floated around him like stars, and a mechanical yet human-like voice echoed in his ears. System, initiating host status. Detection. All physical conditions, normal. Beginning host binding, complete. Generating permissions. Following previous hosts. Orders unlocking all wealth. Initiating task 4 permission upgrade. Beep beep beep. Task generation complete. System host transfer complete. Whoosh. Fang Jueyu jolted awake, gasping for air. His mind spun as fragments of the dream replayed. His parents revealing they were practically immortals, leaving Earth to find his grandfather somewhere in the cosmos. He rubbed his eyes, confused. Wait. Why am I lying on the bed, fully dressed? And where are Mom and Dad? The room was silent. The clock on the wall ticked softly, 10:30 a.m., even during holidays. His mom always woke him up at 9 sharp. Before he could get up, a calm voice suddenly echoed inside his head. Host. You don't need to look around. The previous generation of hosts has already left Earth to search for the 98th generation host. Fang Jueyu froze, staring around the empty room. Who's there? Show yourself. Where are you hiding? I exist within your body, the voice replied smoothly. I have merged with the host. Unless you reach top-level permissions and gain the abilities of previous hosts, you cannot separate me using your current energy. Fang Juezi's jaw dropped. Wait, are you that family heirloom my parents mentioned? Yes, you could say that, the voice confirmed. I have served the Fang family for thousands of years. You are the 100th generation host. Fang Jueyu stood frozen, blinking in disbelief. Holy crap. Most people inherited antiques or family mansions. His family had passed down a literal system. What exactly are you? Fang Jueyu asked, half skeptical, half curious. Simply put, the voice replied with mechanical calm. I am a multifunctional intelligence system, with modules for management, investment, cultivation, and inquiry, among others. However, given that your earliest ancestors have already accumulated enough wealth, you might not need most of these functions right now. Hold on, did you just say cultivation? Fang Jueyu frowned. Don't tell me my parents actually practiced some ancient cultivation technique or something. This isn't a fantasy world. Where would you even find those things? Of course, the cultivation system I refer to is somewhat unique, the system explained. Your family's bloodline carries immense potential. With the right guidance, the abilities you can awaken go far beyond ordinary human limits. You'll understand more once you unlock higher-level permissions. Permissions. What are those supposed to be? Permissions are the keys that determine which of my functions you can access. At present, you've only unlocked basic permissions. The 99th generation host your father was concerned you might find life on Earth dull. So he created a series of tasks. Completing them will gradually elevate your permission levels. So, what happens when I level up these permissions? Fang Jueyu asked. His curiosity piqued. Once your permissions are sufficiently elevated, you can begin learning how to unlock your latent potential. And if you grow powerful enough, leaving Earth to search for the previous hosts will be a simple matter. Wait, leaving Earth? Fang Jueyu blinked, but then decided not to go down that rabbit hole just yet. All right. Then what tasks did my dad leave me? Spend money. Show off, the voice replied. And if it could smirk, it would have. The previous host's humor is 1. Unconventional. Fang Jueyu, Fespal meth. Of course. That sounds exactly like my dad. He chuckled helplessly. By the way, do you even have a name? I am merely a coded system entity. You may designate a name for me. Host. Fang Jueyu thought for a second. All right then. I'll call you Zhao Yi. Acknowledged. From this point onward, I shall respond to the name Xiao Yi. Fang Jueyu leaned back on the bed, exhaling softly. Maybe the heavens really did pity him, after all. First, his girlfriend left him for being poor. Now, a literal system had descended into his life, carrying his family's 1,000-year inheritance. Was this fate, giving him a second chance to rewrite his story, to prove to the world that he wasn't the useless man everyone thought he was? All right, Xiao Yi, he said finally, clenching his fist. Let's see what you've got for me. Understood. Now initiating the first stage permission upgrade mission. Host, are you ready? I'm ready, Fang Jueyu declared, his heartbeat quickening. Then hear this, Zhao Yi's tone grew serious. First task, increase your fame, and let the world know that a super-rich individual like you exists. The system will automatically evaluate your progress. Once the goal is achieved, the first stage permissions will be unlocked. Time limit, 1 year. Fang Jueyu blinked. So, my first mission is basically to show off and get famous. Precisely, Zhao Yi said, almost cheerfully. After all, your father wanted to ensure the world never underestimates a Fang again. Fang Jueyu could only sigh and mutter. Guess I really was born into a family of lunatics. But deep down, he couldn't help feeling a spark of excitement. A whole new life had just begun. Increase popularity, spend money. Fang Jueyu was stunned. He'd never thought about how to spend wealth before. Though his family was rich, Fang Huahe had kept everything hidden. Fang Jueyu lived like a regular college student, clueless about luxury. Buy a car, a house, he muttered. Even the process sounded troublesome. Host, having trouble spending money. Xiao Yi's voice echoed. Yeah, can you teach me? Sigh. Host, stop thinking like your old self. You're rich now. Let's start with a beginner's task. All right. Task. Spend 10 million yuan on a live streaming platform. Reward. Double physical strength, plus 2% level clearance. Million. Fang Jueyu froze. That was 10% of his balance. An insane amount to waste online. Relax, host. 10 million is nothing. There. You just earned another 10 million. What? In an instant, Zhao Yi said calmly. You've no idea how vast your industries are. Then, a pause. Tell me, what's your dream car? Fang Jueyu thought hard. He didn't know much about cars, but there was one name burned into his memory. Apollo's sun god, he said, without hesitation. Oh, didn't expect you to like that supercar, host Zhao Yi chuckled. It's not the priciest, but money alone can't buy it. For you, though, it's no problem. What do you mean? Hey, you'll see soon enough. 5 minutes later, Fang Jueyu's phone rang from an unknown number. Hello, Mr. Fang Jueyu? I'm Zhou Ruixiang, head of sales for Apollo Supercars Audi Asia Division. We've received your order, a custom Apollo Sun God. We're confirming the specs. Fang Jueyu froze. When did I order a car? It'll have bulletproofing autocruise and smart control. Ready in a week. Delivered in 2. Any requests? No. Nothing. Excellent. We'll begin production immediately. Expect delivery in 2 weeks. It's our honor, sir. After the call, Fang Jueyu gawked. Zhao Yi, what's going on? Those cars take months. How can mine be done in 2 weeks? What's strange about that? Zhao Yi said casually. You own 70% of the company and nearly 90% of its supercar divisions. You're basically the boss who'd dare delay your car. I own Audi. Yes, your father bought the stake 2 years ago, and it's now fully under your name. Holy crap, Fang Jueyu blurted. Don't tell me I also have shares in Ferrari, Rolls-Royce, and others. Hey, you dwaned in Lamborghini, Aston Martin, Pagani too. And that's only a small part of your assets. Now understand how rich you are. Fang Jueyu was speechless. 10 million is nothing. Fine then. If I can't spend it all, I'll spend like there's no tomorrow. Fired up, he turned on his computer. He usually watched Bamboo Live for gaming or singing streams, but had never spent money. Logging in, he saw his old account, with just a few hundred free tokens. Let's get a VIP first. The top VIP level was 10. Announced across the platform, but it required spending 5 million yuan. This really makes my hands shake, he muttered, staring at the recharge screen. After 10 long minutes, he clicked confirm. Tremble, the super tycoon is here.